Top of the day to you, I'm Shawnee B, and this is your Putterface News Update brought to you by me. A lot happened over the weekend with a variety of different shots that were taken. As we had the Canadian Open, don't you know, eh? And I guess there was some other tournament going on?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not too sure. I didn't hear too much about it.
He's lying! He's a complete liar!
Let's start off with the Canadian Open, eh? RORY MCILROY finished the Canadian Open at 19 under to win it and break a tie with career PGA wins of 20 with Greg Norman, in which Roy was very quick to let people know.
On one more than Norman.
This shot was connected with earlier shots taken by PGA Commissioner Jay Monahan at the Startup League happening across the pond, by announcing the suspension of 17 players and any future players from the PGA who tee off for the LIV tournament. It's gonna make for an interesting Netflix tee-off series this year.
Hey, do you have Netflix?
Monahan would later sit down with Jim Nance and would go on to say that the LIV players need us, referring to the PGA, due to the PGA's much superior talent pool, fan base, along with how LIV is just more of an exhibition than an actual tournament.
I'm a real boy!
Furthermore, he went on to say, we're not going to allow players to free ride off of our loyal members, the best players in the world. And while frankly, I kind of question the longevity of these comments, I couldn't argue with him when he made this simple but extremely powerful statement.
Have you ever had to apologize for being a member of the PGA Tour?
Dang, man, that's it would almost take Rory winning 3 Canadian Opens to match the LIV's $4 million winner's purse. For more comparisons, this year's Masters winner, Scottie Sheffield, got paid less for T18 at the Canadian Open than last place participant Andy Ogletree got for dead last at LIV. It's just stupid. Speaking of the LIV, let's hop over the pond and talk about the tour that got all the attention this week. Former Masters winners Charles Schwartzel, try and say that 10 times fast. Schwartzel.
Squirtle!
Banked $4.75 million on Saturday by winning the richest tournament in golf history with a one-shot victory, which was about a 23.5 career earnings increase from his total PGA earnings. He secured the $4 million prize for the individual victory, along with $750,000 from his share of the $3 million his four-man team, the Stingers, won for the top team ranking. I'm sorry, I just can't with these team names, because they are just comically bad.
Did you even try?
If they continue on with this, I really hope they revamp all these names and logos, or if these are just placeholders for now.
Oh, say change it up, right? Change it up!
It'd be fun if they treated these more like F1 teams and had free agency and trades, which they could be next year, once everyone who's going to join has joined this year.
Done what?
Speaking of joining, one of my favorite players, Arizona resident and current world number 168, Pat Perez, was the latest to announce his commitment to the LIV. Earlier this year, while he was a guest on the Subpar podcast, Perez torched Phil Mickelson for his greed and went on to say how good they have it on the PGA Tour. While there wasn't an announcement on what his offer was, rumors claim it to be between $10 and $14 million range. Perez has a career PGA earnings of just a shade over $28 million, with an average of $1.39 million a season, while participating in about 23 tournaments in a season over the previous 20 years. Perez stated it was an opportunity that doesn't normally come up for players of his caliber, and he just simply couldn't pass it up.
It's not an offer, Johnny.
It's an offer you can't refuse.
Here are my 3 putt picks. For my first pick, I'm going to go with a guy whose name I refuse to pronounce correctly because he's cost me a lot of money recently for not picking him, and I want to jinx him, so take that, Scottie Sheffield, at plus 1,400 to win it this week. For my value pick, I've got Kevin Kisner to make the top 40 with a plus 230. And for my long shot, I've got Keith Green to finish top 10 at plus 6,000, only because his name reminded me of my favorite player growing up, Kevin Green. Also this weekend, Bryson Dechambeau and Patrick Reed also made it official that they were jumping over to the LIV. While fielding questions at the US Open, Dechambeau proclaimed it was a business decision. It was for my family's future. Also, it would go a really long ways to help my work with the Bryson Dechambeau Foundation, which I'm sure he'll make a very nice substantial donation to, which he would not have to pay taxes on that money he donated, nor would the foundation have to pay any money because it's a non-profit, and logically, he's the director and president of this according to data collected by the IRS. Now on to another charity in the news this week. This week, my dear friend, he commented once, so I feel like we are now. YouTube's top golf YouTuber, Rick Shiels, as being reported to you currently by Come again? By YouTube's worst golf YouTuber, announced on his main channel starting today as I'm recording this on June 14th, with his golf clubs on his back, Rick will be walking 150 miles. Thank you, Rick, for putting that in a measurement your dear friend here can actually understand.
People let me tell you about my best friend.
Raising money and awareness for prostate cancer, you'll be starting on the west coast of Scotland at Prestwick Golf Club, the original site of the Open. Traveling a marathon a day for 6 days till he finishes on the east coast at St. Andrews at the Old Course, the site of the 150th Open this year. As 1 in 8 men are affected by it, he has put up a goal of 52,000 pounds, which is almost 62,500 US dollars. Here's the current total as I'm editing this video for you right now. So congratulations to you, Rick, for the total you have so far. I've provided this link below in the description if you would like to donate. Less than a year after being considered golf's biggest equipment free agent and signing an 11 club and ball deal with Srixon Cleveland, estimated to be between $3 and $7 million, Brooks Koepka was spotted this weekend at the US Open using his old Taylormade M5 driver and Titlest's Pro V1X. I find it pretty interesting that he's going back to Titlest's Pro V1X because when Srixon released their all-new Z-Star Diamond Ball, it really felt like they were marketing it as Brooks's ball. On the driver front, however, there has been rumblings for a while that he hasn't been completely satisfied with Srixon's drivers. And Srixon's already came out and said that they were developing a new product to fit what Brooks is looking for, and in the meantime, they're allowing him to use whatever he wants that makes him feel comfortable. Sounds like there might be some trouble in paradise if you ask me. To catch the previous update, click the video here, and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one. And this has been your Putterface News Update. Later!